Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for your Chelsea versus Lille Champions League last 16 first leg preview. This feels good. The Champions League is back. We all remember back to when the draw was made. Chelsea probably got the most favourable draw we could have asked for. No disrespect to Lille. We've met twice before in European competitions. Won both of the matches 2-1. I remember being at both of the games. And we should be looking at this as a great example to get in to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Before we get into looking through Tuchel's press conference, building my Chelsea starting 11, be sure to subscribe to GBFC if you haven't already done so. There were two videos posted yesterday, including a tier list video where I rank the players in the current squad's chances of still being at Chelsea next season. So if you want to go check that out, link below. And also, if you haven't yet downloaded Ultimate Fan, it's a free-to-play game where you can upgrade your packs by paying for a subscription. It's basically FIFA pack opening crossed with fantasy football, and you can win cash every single week. Link down below to that, and be sure to go and join my league too. Champions League football being back gets me so excited. Why? Because we are the European champions. We are the reigning holders of this competition. It means that everybody is out to beat Chelsea. Once again, Chelsea, despite being the holders, are not the favourites. You've got Liverpool, Manchester City with two massive away wins in the last 16. Those guys are the two teams that everybody is looking at this year to potentially go and win the competition. This is where Chelsea are at our very best. When people don't think we're the ones to be the most scared of, is when Chelsea really show their class. There's a reason why we've played two finals already this season and won them both. There's also a reason why, when we look at the League Cup final at the weekend, Chelsea's name is yet again at Wembley. We're still in the Champions League. We're still in the FA Cup. Chelsea, in knockout football, become a different team. We've heard John Terry talk about it recently, how Chelsea always back themselves in the big games, which is why, even with such a young team as we had last season, against the vast experience of Man City, in that one-off game, Chelsea have that identity of being winners, knowing how to take everything from a 50-50 final situation, whether that is in a penalty shootout or extra time or whatever it takes, a single goal, to win these kind of finals, to win these kind of games. And tonight, Chelsea are at home in the first leg. Look at all of these green results that Chelsea have had recently. 5 wins in a row, even though we've had players missing, we've had flying to Abu Dhabi coming back. Chelsea are still getting the jobs done, which, although we are all concerned about the way we're playing, we're concerned about the way we're attacking, I think there's no denying that even though it's been very off in terms of performances, we've got to be happy with the situation we're in right now. So without any further ado, we are going to build my Chelsea starting 11 that I think is going to win this game tonight. And I'm going to give my prediction first today, because I want you guys to let me know your predictions in the comments. I'm going to say a 2-0 home win in tonight's game. Goal scorers, I will tell you after we've built my team. We begin with Edouard Mendy in goal. I think I say the same thing every time I build my team. So today, I'm just going to say, go and watch another one of the previews if you want to know why Mendy's in goal. We're blessed. Moving in to a back four. We're going to go with a 4-4-2 lineup again. There is question marks still over whether Azpilicueta is going to be ready for this game tonight. But after I saw what I saw at the weekend, Champions League, I think if Azpi is even close to being ready, then I think he'll be integrated back into the starting 11. We don't have many options because of many injuries, so right back, Azpilicueta. 2 in the middle, the obvious 2, Silva and Rudiger, and then left back, I'm giving it to Marcos Alonso. He looked pretty good in the last 15 minutes. It was a great cross to set up Hakim Ziyech at the weekend, so with that in mind, I'm going with Alonso today. It is always a concern when he's in a back four. I think Malang Sarr could certainly do the job. And I also think that if Azpi's fit, then maybe he gets a bit more protection if we go with a 3-5-2 with Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, with Azpi right wing back. Then we get Alonso in the left wing back position. I am actually, as I'm building this team now, I think that could happen. But between that and this 4-4-2, this 4-4-2 is what I would like to see tonight. Because again, trying to just build that focus on getting the best out of the attackers. We'll get into those in a moment. Moving into the midfield four. Starting on the right wing, Hakim Ziyech. We are seeing the Ziyech that we've dreamed of seeing ever since he signed from Ajax. He's currently Chelsea's in-form player, and I think tonight he's going to score. I think he's going to score from outside the box, bottom corner. Hakim Ziyech starting on the right. In the middle, I've gone with Jorginho and Kovacic. And the only reason I'm doing that is because Kante, the final at the weekend, I just can't seem to get it out of my head at the moment that I just think he's going to keep getting injured. I know that the stats of how many games he's actually played this year and how much he's been injured are actually nowhere near as bad as we kind of make it out to be. But with that final against Liverpool and knowing that Jorginho and Kovacic can play in those two central midfield areas and do a very solid job for Chelsea, I just wouldn't start Kante for this game. If we really need to change the game, there's obviously no away goals anymore, which is another thing I find interesting, because Thomas Tuchel said that just because there's no away goals, he thinks that is an added impetus for away teams to be more attacking, because then they're not so worried about conceding. Now that for me is a very interesting thing, because that tells me that maybe the reason why Chelsea are not so great going forward right now is because we're too worried about the transition with the pace of the wing-backs, potentially, so that Chelsea can't be so solid defensively if we overcommit too many players forward. That said a lot to me in Thomas Tuchel's press conference answer yesterday, but Jorginho, Kovacic, press resistance, I think that is a good one for us in the middle today. Kante to come off the bench if needed. Moving into the left midfield / left wing in transitions and attack, Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic coming in from out wide. Massive game for him tonight. I've been speaking quite a bit about Pulisic on Twitter in the last 24 hours. We also spoke about him heavily yesterday in the tier list video, saying that he is one of those Chelsea players whose position is under threat because performances, output hasn't been good enough. Pulisic, knockout football. We saw it last year. He was massive against Real Madrid, and we need him to turn up again tonight in a big game in the knockout rounds of the Champions League. Christian Pulisic on the left, and then we move into the two strikers. And I have dropped Romelu Lukaku from this game. No matter which angle I try and look at it from, you've got the Lukaku Defence League, the LDL saying that he doesn't get service, people don't even pass to him. Then you've got the football realists who are just like, you know what, mate, it doesn't matter who's trying to pass you or not. If you touch the ball 7 times in 90 minutes, you're just not doing something right, are you? So for that reason, and for the reason of we have seen Chelsea win the Champions League with these two players in the starting 11, Timo Werner and Kai Havertz are my strikers for the game tonight. I think it's good because Lille will come expecting to have to deal with Lukaku. So whatever game plan they have, I do think it will have the fundamental surrounding of we're probably going to be up against Romelu Lukaku tonight. So this is how we approach the game. So I think for that reason, Thomas Tuchel will play the Joker card a little bit here. Timo Werner will start up front with Kai Havertz, and we'll see a rotation between Pulisic, Havertz and Werner. And I think that will be massive for Chelsea. I think Havertz will end up being in a central area, and I think Kai Havertz will score from a move exactly like that, where Chelsea pull the play apart with Pulisic, Werner and Havertz all moving well. Hakim Ziyech finds Kai Havertz in the middle, and Chelsea go 1-0 up with Ziyech to score the second later in the game. That's about as in-depth of a prediction I think I've given in some time. But let me know what you think of my Chelsea starting 11 in the comments below. Do you think it's just inevitable that Lukaku's going to start, even if you're alongside me, where we say, I don't think he deserves it? I also think that Timo Werner can bring a lot to this Chelsea team, and if we've got Kai Havertz in there to finish, then we're not heavily relying on Timo Werner's finishing. So hopefully you understand my logic there. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your predictions score-wise for this game? No away goals anymore, as we established in this video. That means that I think Lille will be a bit more expressive, which could leave spaces for Chelsea in behind. And that is why I've got the runners like Werner, Pulisic in the team tonight. Let me know your reasons why you agree or disagree in the comments. Hopefully, straight after the game tonight, it's a 4 o'clock kickoff for me, so I'm going to wake up early. 6 Things We Learned will be out immediately after the game. I'm buzzing for this one. Let's retain our trophy. Come on, you Blues.